Hey there, this video is about removing stubborn wrist pins from a piston. This piston I already got, the wrist pin was stuck and I couldn't slide it out after removing one of the circlips to get it off the engine. So I use this tool to pull it off the engine already, obviously, but the pin is still stuck in there. I want to remove it completely. This is actually a piston from a 1974 Suzuki TM400. And it's been in there. I believe this is original, so it's obviously stuck. This tool I'm using is Motion Pro Deluxe Piston Pin Puller. It's a nice tool if you've ever had to encounter this. It's nice to have versus trying to hammer on something. I wanted to try and save the bearing, the wrist pin bearing and stuff here, potentially, and so I don't want to be hammering on stuff, so I'll use this tool. Also, then you're not beating up your engine, and you're not beating up your lower rod bearing, which most of the time we don't replace those. Anyway, got a bunch of different size spacers here. These will need to fit through your wrist pin hole. You can measure that or just, trial by fire. And the tool's pretty simple. You slide this, now this collar would normally be on the outside, but since I've already got it half disassembled, you start threading your collar on to the main shaft here. I'm just spinning the main shaft by hand until this bottoms out. And then your piece here is concave. So you slide that up against the piston and start turning your shaft out. And then you want to hold this securely. And it's basically pulling the shaft into this tube, and it's pulling that wrist pin with it. It's coming out pretty easy now. When I first got this going while it was still on the bike, it was really tough. Now I think I got it far enough to where I can, got it out the rest of the way. So the wrist pin is in your tool, nice and safe, no damage. We didn't hammer on it at all. There's a little bit of aluminum transferred on here just from, like I said earlier, it was super tight and I was cranking on this puppy pretty hard. But anyway, excellent tool, Motion Pro Deluxe Piston Tool. Piston pin tool, and if you're struggling with a piston pin, don't hesitate to grab it. I've used this on several engines over the years and highly recommend. Have a good one.